Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to KNDI ATRI Live broadcast channel. Did you know that 67% of youths are unemployed as per the Kenya Federation of Employers? Youths are people aged between 15 to 34 years. We equally have over 1 million people who get into the labor market annually. An estimate of 15,000 nutritionists and dietitians have been trained, with an estimate of only 3,000 who are employed. So today we're going to discuss a very interesting topic: digital innovation and Nutripreneurship. We are honored to host TracyAnn Wacheke, the CEO and founder of Oncotrition Healthcare Ltd, who's going to discuss Nutripreneurship program and SmartSpoon Plus. Welcome, Tracy. You can proceed to give us a brief introduction and an overview.
So as you've heard, guys, my name is TracyAnn Wacheke, and one thing Laura didn't mention, I am a practicing clinical nutritionist, and I'm very passionate. I'm very, very passionate about nutrition being a right for everyone.
Yes.
And where that stands is how I was able to create Oncotrition.
Yeah.
Because I've worked with cancer patients, and when I was working with cancer patients, it was very hard for them to get accessibility to a clinical nutritionist or someone who's understanding what should I eat, you know, the myths of don't take milk, don't take. So I was like, why don't we create an accessibility? And it's very unfortunate that most people, either in clinical sectors, the patients are dying of malnutrition. A high percentage are dying of malnutrition, and preventative measures should be taken. So if they have access to us outside there, we'll reduce the rate of malnutrition.
Yeah.
So Oncotrition was born, and under it we have 3 little cute, I call them babies, because everything has to be built from something.
Yes.
So we have Nutripreneurship, and I'm very passionate about it. I'll explain what Nutripreneurship is about and how it was born. And then we have SmartSpoon Plus. This one, initially Oncotrition was born from SmartSpoon Plus because that was the plan. I love organization, and I love making work easy, accessible, and fast. So SmartSpoon Plus is what we'll talk about, the tech part of it. And then above all, we have NutriVibe, which we'll mention later. So I don't know if I should start with Nutripreneurship.
Yes, you can proceed actually to tell us what Nutripreneurship is, given that now we have an insurge of entrepreneurship.
Yes.
What is Nutripreneurship, Tracy?
Nutripreneurship is, like a training, like a short course training. And it's just able to create entrepreneurial skills to nutritionists. Remember when I said creating accessibility? So people won't know we exist as nutritionists if we don't have the soft skills of entrepreneurial, which means know how to brand yourself, know how to market yourself, know how do you conduct yourself even when you are meeting a client, a patient, know how do you talk, communication skills, those small things people take them for granted. Are you charming? The small things. Do you find your niche? So as an entrepreneur, you can't be selling, so I'm going to take this out of nutrition. So imagine if, I'm just going to have a whole perspective as an entrepreneur. So being an entrepreneur, you have to know, what am I selling? To who, where, and what, and when. So those are the skills that we want us to learn. So if as a nutritionist, you need to understand, what service am I providing? You cannot be maternal nutritionist the same time on your Instagram page or your social page. One day you're maternal, next day on renal, the next day you're diabetic. You're confusing the market. You're confusing your audience. And that's now what happens when people say, like for example, someone goes to your page and they see you're marketing everything. They won't know how. If I'm reaching Laura, for an example, am I going to reach her as a diabetic nutritionist? Am I going to reach her as a renal nutritionist? So entrepreneurial skills is just knowing how to find your niche and how to fit in the market, creating accessibility also to the consumers. So you see, and also one thing I've realized, we shy away. As one of them, I used to shy away to actually save my charges as a nutritionist. Someone would come and tell me, so, daktari wa chakula, how much are you going to charge me to generate a meal plan?
Yes.
But I'm there, I don't even know. I'll be like, 1,000. And someone would say, when I say 3,000, we are in a platform of negotiation.
Yes.
So service is not supposed to be negotiated. If you understand the value. You have to understand your value as a nutritionist. And if you want to change the perception of, remember daktari wa mitishamba wanatushinda, they are publishing themselves out there. They are very willing to market themselves. It's not just about money, but we need to show we are offering qualified services. As easy as I walk with pride showing my license. You know, and that should be first of the pitching. When you pitch, you're like, I'm a registered and certified nutritionist by the KNDI. That should be the first thing on your LinkedIn, your social platforms. It creates credibility.
Yes. It does.
It does.
Yes, yes.
So that credibility. And as a nutripreneur, those are things that you will learn. So we are offering those that training. Just first to empower nutritionists, and don't be afraid to find your niche. And when you find your niche, there's so many things that you can do within your niche. For example, I've done oncology nutrition. I can choose to be a researcher in oncology nutrition, that's my niche. I can still choose to be a culinary nutritionist in oncology. I can still choose to do physio, like sports nutrition, because you see these people muscle wasting.
Yes.
So you see, when you find your niche, there's so many other things that you can do under that. I can decide to become a policy maker. You see, you can decide to become a research assistant. You can be in tech. There's so many things that you can do, and I can decide to write articles.
Yes.
So that is what Nutripreneurship is all about, creating employment, accessibility, and changing the narrative of, I have to work in a hospital to earn a living, I have to work in a hospital to be impactful with my nutrition. And it saddened me when Daktari, the last KEDSA event, mentioned that we are 15,000 registered nutritionists.
Imagine 15,000 and an estimate of around only 3,000
are employed. And for me, it really made me want to be, how can I be impactful? How can I be, if we are 3,000 employed, how can us, the three, me being one of them, the 3,000, reduce the number from 15,000? How can I create employment? But I can't create employment if myself do not even understand as easy as bookkeeping, as easy as marketing, as easy as even finance, small skills. Yeah, so that is what Nutripreneurship is about. And it's about reducing the unemployment rate. And the fact that when people come and ask you, "Mko wapi?" Where are these nutritionists? Or when people ask, where are these nutritionists? It saddens me, because the first event we had, so we brought consumers, who are common mwananchis, and then we brought nutritionists in the same room.
Yes.
Then we did a very small exercise.
Yes.
Guess what exercise, Lara? I told people, just write 5 to 10 doctors that you know on top of your head, and then write 5 to 10 nutritionists from the top of your head.
Yeah.
It really saddened me that we had 0. The answers sometimes were 0 for nutritionists. For doctors, they will have the gynecologist, the physician. I'm like, we have to change that narrative. So that is why Nutripreneurship was born. Yeah.
So now, is it right if I say Nutripreneurship is just like a nutritionist being an entrepreneur?
Yes. That's why Nutri and then Preneurship. So you're just gaining the skills as an entrepreneur. So we have the skills, we have the knowledge, we are certified, we are registered, we are licensed. And then what? Working in hospitals until we are 60s, 70s? No. Let's make noise out there.
Yeah.
Let's make noise. Let's create even employment to our very own. Yes.
Okay, that's really nice, Tracy. So in terms of digital innovation, we have, you mentioned the 3 babies, and we have SmartSpoon Plus.
Yes.
Will you kindly just tell us what's SmartSpoon Plus and how is it beneficial to now the professionals?
Okay. So first of all, the company is fully tech. So even the trainings, we have like an e-learning portal. We created it from scratch just to fit nutritionists, by the way. Yes. So the learning portal, we are fully tech. So also for SmartSpoon Plus, I might give a chance to give a story. So I used to have a clinic, which was still licensed by KNDI.
Yes.
But before COVID and all these things, you know, the way the gist of you wanting to have an office.
Please, yes.
You have, you have, you know, all those fine things, you clinical nutritionist, you put even the sign on the door.
Yes.
Oh Lord, you don't even know what organization is. So you see, when you see a patient, you have your assessment forms, you have all those things.
Yeah.
And then after you do the assessment, then now you start creating a whole meal plan.
Yes.
Actually, we call them diet plan, meal plans. So you start creating a diet plan which is individualized.
Yes.
So the birth of SmartSpoon came about when they, in fact it was 2019?
2019?
Yes.
I think that's when COVID...
Yes.
Yeah.
So even before COVID, I think even 2016, because I had the clinic before COVID, and you see, I was trying to look for how can, I'm getting clients coming in. So clients are like, you know, when a client comes in your office, Nikimaliza, they're expecting, once you're done, they leave with the diet plan, yes, the output. So I'm like, no, it takes 3 working days. So they're like, why is it taking 3 working days? What do you mean 3 working days? So again, remember, I didn't have the entrepreneurial skills, skills, because when you meet a client, you're supposed to explain this and this and this. So imagine doing a meal plan, especially a diet plan, especially if someone has multiple conditions. The person has come in, they want to lose weight, but they are diabetic, they have hypertension, they have. Even sometimes it ends up to CKD. You remember macro and micronutrients. So you have to really factor in all those things when you're creating a meal plan. It might even take a whole day trying to balance this.
Yeah, sure, true.
So imagine a whole day you have lost more clients because you had to pause to fix them a diet plan. So that's where now SmartSpoon came in, and I lost some files for some clients. So I was like, why can't we as nutritionists have, you see, doctors have their e-health, they have their systems, they're able to record everything. Why don't nutritionists have that? So that's when I sat down. There are 2 that were existence. We call them competitors, but with them, so I tried reaching out to the ones in the West. I was like, hey, can we redesign this to make it fit the African setting, because the foods that you're in your database, even if I download it, it doesn't have ugali, it doesn't have brown ugali, it doesn't have uji or wimbi. I'm like, oh my God. So even if I work on their software, if I do my work on their software, I have to come and again
translate it to the Kenyan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, no. So what pushed me is when they declined. When they declined for us to actually collaborate. And then now it's like, okay, let's start from scratch. So I wanted a system that it's a one-stop shop for nutritionists. You're able to record your data for your patients and your clients, your BMI, because I work with the FX calculator, even have it on my handbag. You know my FX? Because you have to calculate. I'm like, Jesus. What happens if I need to go to a hospital that I have like 100 patients? I'm like, okay, kocha kidogo, your BMI, you see? So I wanted something that has an inbuilt calculator for BMI, calorie calculator. So you just key in things and then the results come out. Remember, efficacy, trying to be faster but also efficient. Human errors. So imagine if you're having fatigue. There's a time I made an error. I had a fatigue. So just confusing 0.1 and 0.2 in clinical, that's a very big difference.
Yeah, true.
So imagine the computers will be able to, tech is able to help you out with that. So after that, imagine having, you remember the exchange list?
Yes.
So if you're picking a meal plan,
yes,
you're there.
You have to flip the pages.
So
we are carbohydrates.
No, I'm like, can we just have somewhere I just click and I'm just able to search everything? So the system works like that. Right now, we have 6,888 foods in our database.
6,888.
Yes, so we have combined the Kenya Food Database and the international FDNS. So because remember, as much as we want to embrace our cultures, our foods, we also, as nutritionists, we attend to clients who are also not from our culture. So we still needed to incorporate the two. The features we have, even having a reward system, you're able to download, you're able to prescribe, you're able to summarize. It has all that prescription. It's very easy, and you're able to download. If you have consultancy, you're able to put your logos so that you own it. It's technically, it looks like it's yours. Does it need human? Yes, it does need a human part of it. And I'm very protective of our cadre. So unless you're registered by the KNDI, you have to go through a verification process. So WHO guidelines, when you're creating such a software, you have to meet the guidelines. So one of the guidelines, it has to be, the people who are going to use that software have to be verified. And if you're going to be verified, you already have a board. And that's why I kept on telling people, and I always keep on telling people, work with pride if you're licensed. Just work. That one thing differentiates you and a herbalist. So for the software, as long as you have a registration number, you're able to access it. Your data is your data. Data protection, we adhere to it 100%. So you can't, when you log in, you can't see my patients, you can't see my clients. It's individualized. It's yours and your clients only.
That's interesting. So basically, the SmartSpoon Plus, in a nutshell, has taken care of the nutrition care process, from nutrition assessment.
The nutrition care process, well done. NCP, well done. And also the meal plan generation, well done. And also in terms of downloading, well done. Prescriptions, well done. So ideally, see the way the doctors have a system, this system is for nutritionists. Yes, the language there is actually for nutritionists. Yes. So when they do a 24-hour recall, a doctor won't really understand what a 24-hour recall
is. So that means you've been able to capture all the dietary assessment tools within it?
Yes. That was one of the things that we started with. Is it growing? It will actually grow. We just, something has to start. You can't, because the plan is to have for the nutritionist software to become an application, which should have almost 300 features. So right now we're only at 30. So the basics, that's the basics. So we'll continue growing and growing and growing.
So in case I'm a professional and I am tuned in today, how can I access SmartSpoon Plus?
Okay, so you just go to Oncotrition Healthcare Ltd. Even just go to Chrome. Just Google it. When you click, we have Oncotrition, we have SmartSpoon Plus, we have Nutripreneurship, and then now the NutriVibe. So when you click on the SmartSpoon Plus, it will take you directly. So you have to go through the process. Remember, I talked about verification. So once you verify yourself, you won't go through the same process again. So you'll just now bookmark it, or then you'll just be, every time you just log in, you just put your the password or the username that you have identified yourself, and then you're able to now proceed with your clients. I would talk about the prices, but they're very friendly, very friendly.
All right, so all the pricing, it's on your website?
Yes, it's on the website. The cheapest for every day is around 800, tax included. So if you're charging, that's based on your practice. Reason why we did that is really had to factor in, knowing very well, number 4 of the most unemployed healthcare workers is us, nutritionists. So if we want to make an impact, we also have to take care of each other and learn to collaborate.
That's really insightful, Tracy. So now, can you kindly tell us what stands out? Why would you vote for Nutripreneurship, and why would you vote for SmartSpoon Plus?
Okay. So I won't talk about it being from me being the founder and the CEO.
Yes.
I'll talk about it being a nutritionist.
Yes.
As a nutritionist.
Yeah.
Because before we started airing, I was telling you something very funny. When I created it, I was like, it's for me. You know, I want things to be easy and effective and efficient. So for Nutripreneurship, we are building a community. It is just not about you come, you get trained, and out you go.
Yeah.
We are trying to build a community where nutritionists can network. Because you see, when you're meeting different people from different age groups, from school, from professionals, we don't separate, by the way, when you join the class. We put you together so that you learn from the ones in the industry, the ones who are trying to figure themselves out in the industry, and maybe you're just from school. So if you have the numbers for these people, you can reach out. It's making a whole community. We give you the skills. So imagine now you have the skills. Okay, you've gone to school, you have your nutrition knowledge, then you have your entrepreneurial skills, which are now the soft skills, and then now we give you the tool. You see how it stands out. So when we release you to the industry, now you're there marketing yourself, you're branding yourself, clients are starting to roll in, because that's my prayer for everybody. Then clients are just falling in, you're like, okay, then you have a software to manage your work. Manage, make it easier, make it faster, make it clean, because you see, when the way you present a diet plan really matters.
Yeah, true.
So make it clean, and then for a very short period of time. So we give you tools and skills and building you a community, so that when you're stuck, you know where to reach out to people. Like, for example, if KRA decides to come, at least you have people who have gone through the same in that community and the class. Maybe some would be like, you remember that time we were told this and this and this?
Yeah.
So that's now we build a community. And I can't wait to see a community of nutripreneurs and changing the whole narrative, having consultancy firms for nutritionists existing the same way they have consultancy firms for doctors.
Yeah.
So that's why we stand out. We give you skills and we give you tools, and if we can, we hold your hand. So for the people who have called me and they would want some clarification, we are always there. The mentors are there. I didn't mention about the mentors. The mentors, if it's finance, we have someone certified and qualified in finance. They have gone through their CPA. So you're also learning from other cadres. So you see, we are trying to connect. Even through that finance person is learning that we exist.
Yes.
There's one of the mentors reached out and they were like, hey, can you give me a number of so and so? I need a diabetic nutritionist. So you see, we are trying. That's how we are able to also create employment. So even the lawyer is a lawyer, practicing licensed lawyer. Yeah, HR is a practicing licensed. So once we create that existence, they know we are here. The narrative starts changing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So now, maybe 3 key takeaways to the students who are aspiring one day to be nutripreneurs, to the professionals who are already practicing, and to the public.
3 key takeaways are hard. I'll start with the students, because I was also once a lecturer. I'll start with the students. It's right now when you're in school, also try and figure out what resonates with you. If it's, I know it's very hard right now to talk about, like, okay, go for your, I know most of them are like, I don't want to go for the attachment. It's very crucial. When the internship comes, go for the internship. I know people are like, this is, because that, when you're in that, either in a hospital, that's when you realize, I'm not built to work in a hospital. But now once you're outside the hospital with this, the way we keep on, we are very vocal about now nutripreneurship, you'll be able to see, I can do more of culinary. If that patient, look at that patient in 5 dimensions. You're like, I may not be the person to see them in the hospital, but I can see them outside the hospital. So you're going to be into preventative nutrition. If you're going to be in preventative nutrition, I can decide to be a researcher, I can decide to be an implementer, I can decide to be a culinary, there are ways that we can combat malnutrition in curative and preventative. Yeah, so find your niche, start building it in your mind very slowly. Create a path of whom are you seeing in that path. If it's a researcher, you find people who are along the research pathway, so that you don't waste your time out here and then you change. I feel really bad when people change the
trajectory from nutrition
into finance. No, just work around. And nutrition is a very beautiful field. It's becoming the in thing. It's becoming our food from the plate, from plate to our brain, from our brain to our gut. So don't change your career. Just find what works with you and your niche. Find it as early, then start mapping it out slowly by slowly. And do not expect success in a day.
You have to put in the work.
Yes, you have to really look at it from all the angles. So that's for the students. For the professionals, me being included, we just have to now be ready to mentor the ones behind us. If we want to change from the 15,000 to the 3,000, from the 3,000 to even be like now, we are 15,000, not 3,000. Like, let's be like, the next time Doc talks about, let's be like 1,000 extra. Yeah. So let's mentor them as much as we can. Let's create employments as much as we can. If you're a researcher, get a research assistant. If you have a consultancy, call a student that you saw, or reach out to me. I have enough students. You can even go ahead even with the universities and be like, hey, do you have your top students? I have a clinic, I want assistance. And with that, we are mentoring. We are mentoring and reducing the unemployment rate. So for professionals, and we just need to learn to brand and market ourselves. Let's make noise and let's practice evidence-based nutrition. Find time to read, find time to reinvest in yourself. In the conferences, let's try attend them. Let's try learn what's the new thing, the new trends, because I realized when you attend these conferences, that's when you find out a lot of things that you didn't know. Yeah, so that is reinvesting. Don't shy away from reinvesting, because that's also another thing. We can't grow if you don't continue pouring water. So pouring water is in terms of attending their conferences, reading more, mentoring. See, you also learn from the young ones. So for professionals, we have a lot of work that is ahead of us. Yeah. What was the other one?
The one of the general public.
The general public, we are here, we exist.
Yes, we are here.
We are here, we exist. They are registered and licensed dietitians. We are here. I do get some of them would be like, where are you? KNDI, if you Google it, you can be able to see enough nutritionists. Yeah, so, and then you can verify the information that is out there. Verify the person who's giving the information. Yes, it's as easy as the socials are there. You can even go and check their LinkedIn. After their LinkedIn, you can have their full names, and then you're able now to verify. I saw when there's a place where you wrote down if you want to verify using the KNDI portal. So that's the easiest. And you see, even in the Western countries, that is exactly what happens. People verify. So the public, we are here. We are here, we are accessible, we are reachable, and we are ready to assist where we can.
All right, thank you. Before we wrap it up, do you have any upcoming events or do you have any platform that might be very useful to the professionals and the students in terms of course, digital innovation and Nutripreneurship?
Our website is fully like running. Every information you want to know about Oncotrition and the products we have, their product services, it's there. So just Oncotrition HC Ltd. Just go to the website. Yes, I do have an upcoming event. It's now the third baby, Nutrivibe. Nutrivibe is, you see the true.
the Nutripreneurship
and SmartSpoon.
Yes.
So we are bringing on board now the consumers, so the public.
Yes.
You know, we do a lot of scientific conferences. So now the public, we have something quite very interesting for you. So you come and meet us in our unprofessional, in our not hospital settings, you know.
Yeah.
If you come meet us, we talk, we interact. So on March 28th, we have a NutriVibe session. We have, it's just not for nutritionists. So we have nutrition by Denya, we have, and the whole thing is about how can we tap into, because bringing what are the trailblazers in the industry in terms of nutrition. So you'd find the nutrition Banis is gonna be there representing KNDI and also as a consultant. So it's about how can we learn from these people who have already like made a step ahead of us. Then we have different people on the panel list, hoping one is also coming from wellness, because from training like exercise, gym, because all these things are one. You can't, if you don't, you have to eat well and work out. Now we have to learn to work together. So NutriVibe, vibe, it's about networking, collaborations, partnerships, because that's now how nutritionists, when we start working with different people from different areas, that's how now we start getting known. So I've gone to enough scientific conferences and I love them, but I've not gone to one networking conference. So that's what now we build. I want to know a nutritionist in Kakamega and what they are doing there.
The experiences.
Yeah, what are the experiences. So if I want to refer a patient or a client, they'll be like, okay, I know someone in Mombasa, in Kakamega, and how would we know each other if we don't have a platform? Not to read, but just to understand what's going on. Who are you? Where are you? What do you do? So that's NutriVibe.
Okay.
Yes. And we bring even professionals, like for this one, we'll bring people, like we've brought someone who is also into CV, LinkedIn. So it fits both the consumer, the common mwananchi, the public, and also the nutritionists. So it's we try to involve and include. It's an inclusive of everyone. So I hope to see you. I hope to see you, and I hope to see everyone there. Yeah, let's come. Let's know each other.
Okay.
Let's exchange ideas. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much,
You're
Tracy.
welcome.
That was a very interesting conversation.
Thank you.
We've come to the end of today's session.
So soon.
We'll invite you again for another session.
Thank you.
So thank you for the insights. And to our viewers, kindly tune in again next time for a very interesting topic. And remember to eat informed from your host, Wang'ara Laura. Goodbye.